New features. So what I've done so far for version 1 with the Stackivate app is I've made an onboarding experience that goes to the main theme of the project, which is, showing people that investment's not one size fits all. And I understood this through the more I invested, the more I understood myself. So then the more I understood myself, the more I was able to build my own style of investments. And essentially everything out there that I see is one size fits all. So this is starting people on through a quiz that puts them in a very basic archetype based on where they fit into a certain category of investments or investing styles. And now I'm going to build the next step that's going to take them to the next level, give them a more specific view on where they are as an investor. And all this is free, all this is on the free tier. So essentially what this is going to be is it's going to be, I got the time machine feature that was part of the MVP. So this is basically, you can go back in time to a random year in the stock market, and you have some of the top major stocks, maybe 20 are on there right now. I'll probably expand that later, but essentially you can buy and sell these and fast forward through a year, whether you want to do it a week, a month, a day at a time, and then it'll tell you how you did over the year. So it gives you a year's worth of experience in as quick as just a couple minutes, depending on how much effort you want to put into it. So that being said, I'm about to add on some journal entry stuff to it. So now this can be once you have a profile, you have your own dashboard based on that profile. It takes you down a specific path based on your archetype. This is part of the path with other learning stuff depending on that archetype. So it puts you into that. Now you can start journaling, and it's going to give you I'm thinking probably what it's going to be is maybe a weekly, very basic summary of things that it's learning about your style and how to help you get better. And essentially that's going to also direct you towards the paid tier, which is going to be full AI coaching that's going to be dialed in to help you dig way deeper into your own style and help you actually find your own investment style based on that. So this is essentially showing you a free preview of what you can get in the paid tier. That's going to be 100 times better than free, but at least people can start to get an idea. All right, so I'm going to give you a rundown, and this is basically a quantum leap. I'm upgrading the time machine, stepping back into the code to make the time machine fly, adding a journaling engine that money simply cannot buy. More basic paper trading, just looking at a screen, building the smartest feedback loop the market's ever seen. It's a sovereign leap in value, dropping power from the soul, keeping every single user moving closer to their goal. Giving people a journal to capture how they think and how they feel, turning psychological habits into the metrics that are real. From the patterns in the data, a true reflection will appear, teaching them their unique style and wiping out the fear. It's a personalized coach built directly in the state, helping builders find their edge before they ever risk a plate. This is the master extension of the quiz we just got through, taking those 4 basic archetypes and leveling up the view. Mapping out the tracks, now we deepen the design, making sure the user's history and future self align. Shifting lines, stacking blocks so the inside is clear, creating the ultimate dashboard for the modern pioneer. I'm not competing for crumbs or looking for a boss's hand. I'm coding the custom empires that will dominate the lands, the world. The internet is full of tools that are shallow and cold, but I'm crafting financial fortresses worth more than literal gold. Wealth is flowing through the prompts, the execution is supreme as I turn the tech stack into a cash flowing machine. 74 days deep and the fire is burning bright. While the world is somewhat asleep, I'm doing this with a lot of might. So, sitting within the top percentage because I do not stop. Every line of code I write is just a step up to the top. Momentum is a flywheel that is spinning clean and fast, building out a product legacy that is guaranteed to last. that's about that. So getting into what I do, building something that's true. And let's see, I'm going to be going into Claude Code to start. I'm going to put it on max effort. All right, so what I want to do is make these upgrades to the time machine. And, I'm thinking go with everything like, switch it so you can make it whether it's like 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years in a row. Let me get some feedback on you. I'm thinking like 1 year, make it so you can just skip through like a week or a month at a time. 2 years, make it so you can just skip through like a month or a year at a time. And then 5 years, I'm thinking the same thing, a month or a year at a time. And then also want to have this, basic journaling on it. Want help from you on what all to include. This is version 1, so this is kind of like a rough draft. I can add on things over time. And then I definitely want to have the, the basic, guess what would it be, like like a read, maybe like once a week. The person can get like analysis, kind of like where they are and like how they're evolving, and how their style for investing is developing and where it fits. Just the most basic stuff for the free tier. So this is what I'm thinking so far, and I mean this is definitely part of like an extension of the archetypes. And we already wired up so like the archetypes take people through their dashboard on a different path. And this can essentially be like part of their path and their dashboard. And it would make sense that they get to this part based on like, their learning experience and what they know and they don't know. But what I'm thinking is it makes more sense just to build this out first and then I guess deal with like how it fits into the archetype path. Let me know what you think about all this, any extra questions you have, and then we can work on planning this build.